So I got into the business in 18.
Okay.
I own a music school in Deer Park. So I've been kind of doing my own thing since 2013. Before that, I was a school teacher. And in 2018, late 2017, we found out we were going to have a baby. And I was teaching music till 10 o'clock at night and decided I wanted to try something different and get into real estate. My brother, Kevin, was already kind of had a head start on me. And so the barrier to entry was pretty simple at that point. So I joined forces with him. He had a team at the time, the Kevin Allen Jones home team. I joined the team. I tried quitting the team. And then somehow through that process, I ended up taking over the team and firing Kevin. So
that's a story. That's a complete 180.
So now Kevin is our market center leader. He's our operating principal. And so he focuses on agents and I focus on production clients. And so I'm running the team. We changed the name a year later to the Jones Realty Group and broke the team down. It got real simple, got real lean, and then COVID hit. Yeah. And so we slowly started just climbing ourselves out of that situation and grew a team. So
how many people are on your team today?
Yeah. So in the office, we have 5 and we have 2 assistants overseas right now. So, yeah.
How did you go about putting this dream team together? Because I know when we spoke, it seemed like you put a lot of thought into a lot of research, learning from a lot of people that have built teams. Tell us about that process.
Well, it has to be said that success leaves clues. So one of the great things about our company is that we get introduced to a lot of really high producing agents. And I mean, that was a common thread. Most high producers in any field, they're going to be like high D type personalities, real headstrong, leaders, visionary, and just terrible at like the admin and the paperwork and the details. But the common thread that you'll notice with a lot of these guys is they have help. They know where their weaknesses are. And instead of trying to make up for those weaknesses, they surround themselves with people that balance those weaknesses out. So, there was a book I read called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent that laid out some models. And I saw that the people that were implementing those models, they were incredibly successful. So I just started taking notes.
Yeah, I love it. So you got 5 today. Break down the team. What does each person do in the team?
Okay, so on the admin side, we have a director of operations. Aaron is our director of ops. He's the implementer. He's the pusher.
Right on.
Right. And then we got Alicia's our transaction coordinator and our listing manager. So she coordinates the back end of all the business. So she's really like the day-to-day operations. Okay. We have a buyer specialist who focuses on lead generating, as well as her main focus is on the buyers. And then we have an inside sales specialist, Steven. He's first point of contact for all inbound leads. One of the things we do for our sellers is we circle prospects. So we call the neighborhoods. And so he does that. And the reason we do that is because your neighbors are not going to buy your house, but we know it's like 83% of people buy within 5 miles of somebody they know. So, so if it wasn't for someone like Steven, we wouldn't be able to fulfill those promises. And then I focus mainly on lead generation and listings as well. So, so Shanna are a buyer specialist, and we mainly go on all the appointments. Steven sets appointments. Shanna sets appointments. She'll set listing appointments. I'll set buyer appointments, but she goes on the buyers. I go on the listing appointments.
Got it.
Yeah.
Great. You said implementer. So I think to traction. Are you familiar with traction?
Yeah.
So are you thinking? So was it Chris is the implementer? Is that right?
It's Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron's your implementer.
Yeah.
So in that capacity, so, and then are you vision? Is that really?
Yeah. So I'm the guy that vision ideas, and he's the first one to tell me why it won't work.
Right on.
Or all the right barriers or the obstacles. Yeah, definitely. So, there's other people on our team that are just strong supporters. They're the golden retrievers, which is great because you definitely need that as well. The problem with that is they won't tell you if you're about to walk off a cliff, because they trust you.
Right.
You need somebody like Aaron who's going to be like, wait a second, you're about to die. Don't
what do you mean?
Don't do that. So, so the visionaries, the high D's are if you do the 4 animals, the lions, we can get ourselves in trouble if we're not, in the right company. Right. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. What did it look like? So, because you inherited this piece from your brother and then you broke it down. Like if somebody was either in that situation or maybe they're, okay, I'm at this point where I'm ready to grow. What's the first hire? Who's the first hire? What is the who, right?
That's a critical question, because I think in real estate, and this could probably be applied to almost any business, is that the first hire that most people think they need to make is a copy of themselves. So, for instance, an agent hiring another agent. Now we have 2 agents.
Right.
Or if you are a baker and you bake the greatest, cakes in the whole universe, and you hire the second greatest baker in the world. That's just doesn't make any sense if you really, really think about it. What's the first hire? Well, it would be somebody who's going to do the stuff that you hate doing. It's going to be somebody probably on the administrative side if you're not strong in admin. And if you're strong in admin, you may need a personality or somebody that's going to be more personable, that's going to take some of that pressure off you if that's not your jam, right?
Insightful.
Yeah. So that takes understanding who you are, what your strengths and weaknesses are, and coming to terms with that. If you're weak in a certain area, you may not have to worry about that. You may not have to actually improve on that. In fact, you may be much more productive if you realize what your strengths are and just hone in there and find somebody else that's going to balance out your weaknesses.